Trial began today for a Honolulu police officer accused of falsifying a police report that led to a sergeant receiving overtime pay he was not due. Officer Leighton Kato is one of 7 officers charged with tampering with a government record. He and 2 sergeants also face theft charges. Ron Mizutani has more on our top story.
Joe Kato was assigned to HPD's Selective Enforcement Unit, also known as its DUI unit. Officer Leighton Kato is a 10-year veteran of the Honolulu Police Department. He's accused of tampering with a government record by falsely stating in a November 2009 arrest report the presence of a sergeant at a DUI roadblock, who prosecutors say was not there.
Defendant Leighton Kato's report, it indicates that the arrested person's car was directed to Officer Kato by Sergeant Zoller. However, Sergeant Zoller was on his day off. Sergeant Zoller was not there. He was not signed in.
Sergeants Duke Zoller and Aaron Bernal were also charged with tampering with government documents and theft. Zoller went to 2 court hearings to testify in the case and collected more than $200 in overtime pay.
And Sergeant Zoller apparently receives pay for going to court. And based on that, they charged Leighton Kato with theft.
But Thomas Otake says his client had no idea Zoller was not at the checkpoint.
When you're back here, you don't necessarily know who's up here. You don't necessarily know who's sending you the vehicle.
He says Kato was informed in 2 follow-up reports that it was Zoller who sent him the vehicle.
And Sergeant Bernal's report says Sergeant Zoller is the one who sent the vehicle to Leighton Kato. And the other is a report from Sergeant Zoller. He's got no reason at all to believe that's not true.
Otake says his client had recently returned from a 2-year deployment to Kuwait and was not familiar with the unit. Officers Christopher and Patrick Bugarin, Michael Krekel, and Brian Morris were also charged with tampering with government records. Morris took the stand late in the day.
Yes, Sergeant Bernal was there.
When asked if he recalled if Zoller was present,
I cannot.
Now, the city prosecutor's office says more than 200 DUI cases were dismissed because of this case. Ron Mizutani, KHON2 News, Hawaii's news leader.